What's going on YouTube? How's it going? It's White Matters again with another live stream. I hope you are all doing well on this Friday evening. I hope you guys are well. You're not stressed out from the week. And today, what I want to talk about is a topic which are all do. Do you know what? In this red pill space, I thought this topic would be discussed a little bit more often. Matter of fact, I actually don't even think it's really been discussed or broached. And it's very interesting because in this space that I frequent a lot, because it's quite entertaining and quite informative. You hear a lot about what to do, what not to do. But one of the things which I'm like, really? You're really going to miss the situation, which is an important bit of information, because I think I've got your back. I think I want to say when it comes to us as a group of people, my content, it's there to serve for all your people's needs, all our people's needs, I should say. And I thought, let me do this for you guys because I believe that, I have certain lanes that I stay in. I think that other people are best suited for certain advice in certain situations. So I let them do it. But I thought, no. After I saw these statistics, after I saw read what I read and saw what I saw, I thought, you know what? I have to give you guys the real because this is the real that's going on right now. In this day and age, in 2021, we really need to be careful about what we are doing, and more importantly, who we are doing. Because people are playing Russian roulette with their health when it comes to the bedroom antics. And it's so interesting because, again, nowadays, more than ever, we're in the day of information or even misinformation, depending on what you believe. And every single time I hear people talking about health, wealth, happiness, and all these other things, which, again, I do not disagree with. But yet and still, I have not seen, I'm pretty sure anyone can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, or if you listen to it on the playback, correct me if I'm wrong. I have not seen content creators broach this topic because this is a serious issue that we are facing today. And that is you are playing Russian roulette with your health when you sleep around with people who, let's be honest, you do not know. Because we talk about, be careful because you may become, or you may impregnate a woman, you may end up on child support and all these other kind of things. And that's true. No question about it. But that's not the only thing that you can catch. You can't just catch a pregnancy. That's the only thing. There's other things that we have to look at as well, which is, I don't know, STDs. The amount of STDs that are out here nowadays and the amount of things which are in play, which for some odd reason, it seems as if people have completely forgotten about. So much so that I'm like, when I bring to you these stats, which I'm going to go over, which I'm going to, again, I want to say I've got your back, people. So I'm going to absolutely show you exactly what I'm talking about and how, after you've seen this, if we don't change our ways or at least change our strategies into how we approach our love lives, I don't know what to even tell you. Because at the end of the day, you only have one life to live. And I want to say the most important thing, really, even though people talk about money, but the most important thing that we need to focus on is our health. And this is a huge part of our health, which again constantly gets overlooked. And I want to ask the dating coaches, why is this the case? Because I always see this case of, how to get so many women, how to do this, how to do that, how to do this, how to do that, how to do these dating strategies, how to have a rotation, how to do all this kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, you are playing Russian roulette with your life when you're out on these streets. And it is my duty, I believe, to break it down for you, to give you the real, because men lie, women lie, children lie. But statistics or facts, they don't lie. So I'm going to give you the facts right now today. I'm hoping it's not going to be a long stream. It all depends on how things go. You know how these things are. But this is just a PSA announcement. This is just me as a person who loves to understand statistics and break it down and just give you the real out here. This is just me doing my, I want to say, duties as a man, as a brother, to let you know what's going on out here. So without further ado, let's get into this. Now, let's see who's in the chat. Vincent, how's it going, man? What's up? Hope you're well. If you're new, please like, share, subscribe. Big up the stream. Skittles man saying you can't hear me. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Everything seems to be okay on my side, but I'm just going to check if it's going to be your side. If you say you can't hear me, I believe you. Oh, okay, okay. Fair enough. Because yeah, I'll just play it on my phone. It looks as if I could hear myself. So fair enough, fair enough. Cool, cool. But yeah, for all those who've just joined in right now, again, the title of this stream, as you've seen, is Play Smart and Safe. Stop playing Russian roulette with your health. Because at the end of the day, your health is the most important thing when it comes to out here on these streets. So again, this is normally my normal lane. I believe that some people have lanes to talk about dating relationships. That's their ilk. I mean, I have my experiences, but I believe certain people have a lane to do it. So, but I gotta give you what it is. So I gotta tell you exactly where we stand as a people. Because this is the key now. This is gonna shock you, or maybe it's not, but it is what it is. So let's get into this and just prepare. Right. So what you have right now is a chart, a data which looks at, well, it's got the name on these tabs, all the SDIs or STDs which are being recorded. Again, these are the white man statistics, so no one can say anything against them. These are the statistics taken by the ONS, and this breaks down per 100K by ethnicity the amount of people who have chlamydia. Again, a sexually transmitted disease. No, it's not people who have terminated a pregnancy or those people who are at risk of having kids or whatnot out of wedlock. No. It's something different, which again we don't talk about, which enough people don't talk about. And you can see the statistics. You can see where we are. Look at this. Here we are, black or black British, however you want to determine it. Look at where we are. Now, this goes from a 4-year period from 2015 to 2019, denoted by the colors, as you can see. Now, where do we rank every year when it comes to every other racial category group? Again, people, you have to be careful about where you are putting your penis. And ladies, you have to be careful about who you're opening your legs to, because clearly there's a disconnect here. There's a disconnect here between what's going on either within your head and the other head that goes on down here, guys. Come on now. And what interests me the most is, listen, I understand. You see that fine girl? You ain't want to use that condom. I know it is. It feels better. But look at these stats. Look what this is telling you. Do you not care about your health? Because I care about my health. And the worst thing about it is you could be in contact, or at least judging by the statistics, the fact that we outweigh pretty much every goddamn ethnic group for chlamydia, you're at more of a risk of either coming into contact with somebody or at least contracting yourself. One of the two. One of the flipping two. That's chlamydia. Now let's go to gonorrhea again. Let's see whether it may just be chlamydia. Well, look at this again. This is gonorrhea again. What do we see? Again, same situation, same format. 4-year period from 2015 to 2019. Where do we rank? We again rank number 1 for every year bar none, since 2015 to 2019. Again, this is per 100K per population. So proportionally, we are over in abundance in regards to people who have gonorrhea as an STI. You see where I'm going with this? And again, let's go to herpes. Now, herpes, I'll be honest with you, we're not quite the most, but look at the next category group. Look at the ones who are second or even first. It's the mixed category group. Now, can you guess exactly, because it doesn't actually break it down in terms of what mixed category, whether it's mixed black or white, white or Asian, but I'm pretty sure you can use your head. If you've seen chlamydia and gonorrhea, blacks being the most affected, I want to say, using some sort of logical deduction, it's going to be the mixed white or black, because once you look at the Asian categories, they seem to have a pretty low STI rate when it comes to chlamydia, gonorrhea, and herpes. So unless something else is coming today, I'm going to put my neck on the line here by saying it's still people of black ancestry. And again, this is so worrying. People, protect yourselves at all times. If you guys at this stage aren't worried about your sexual health and so who you're coming in contact with, and make sure you take things just a little bit slowly. I know people get in the heat in the moment. People have been there. We've all been there. But listen, when I'm giving you these statistics, and again, this goes up to 2019. I've not got 2020's results yet, probably because I haven't, got all the results because of obviously COVID and whatnot. But if this doesn't tell you that we need a stark wake-up call as to how we're operating in this world, I don't know what else to tell you. Let's go to syphilis. Now, syphilis, funny enough, it looks different, but when you break it down, it's all the same. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we have this category called other ethnic group, which I don't know what this is. This is just some other group. So I can't really say who this is. But if you exclude this other group, We are still second, and let's be honest, joint first, because it's the mixed group again. Who's first? And who's the mixed group? I've already said this. We can make a logical conclusion. And you see the pattern emerges. Listen, people. We need to understand exactly what's going on in this world. Because I don't know about you guys. I don't know how you guys operate. But there's no goddamn way I'm spending all this life and coming into contact with people who I don't know what they've got. And this is the thing. People really aren't worried about their sexual health. They're worried about everything else, financial health. They're worried about other physical health, which, again, I do not disagree with. I don't disagree with at all. But here's the stats, people. We need to change the way how we move when it comes to, let's be honest, having sex. Because at the end of the day, we have one life to live. Now, at the moment, I'm clean. But again, that's not the point. When I look at the statistics, look at the stats, I'm like, hold on a second. We need to be careful. We need to be careful about who we come in contact with. So this is my PSA, just to say, look, this is something which, as Black people, Black men, Black women, please be careful about who you're sleeping with. Please be careful, because at the end of the day, and this is another thing which is horrible, because of there's so many scumbags out here in the world that people have things which they don't let you know. So you being an innocent person doing all the right things, making sure you're protected, make sure everything's right. And then, partner convince you, oh, take the condom off. Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's this. And then before you know it, you get that itch. Before you know it, you have that discharge, which, that urine ain't the same color you saw the other day. You're getting some itches. You're getting something that you didn't see the other day. What is it because of? Because some people, unfortunately, are that vindictive, that they've been got before. Therefore, they're seeking out to get somebody else. And this is another bit I wanted to bring into, because what should happen if your partner is real and legit is your partner should tell you before you get to that stage exactly if you have caught anything. Because there's something called partner notification, which in the UK, what would happen is if your partners had contracted an STI and you guys are obviously having relations, then you will get tested as well. Because guess what? There's a high chance that you can contract it as well. But again, going back to it beforehand, people are vindictive. People don't want to let people know exactly what they have. I mean, let's be honest. I'm just going to keep it real. How would that conversation even be broached at the start? Yeah, I have an STD. You know what I mean? And this is the thing. So I understand the situation. People are looking at the aesthetics, and especially as guys, come on now. When it comes to a fine-ass woman, some people are like, oh, she can't have anything. It's the halo effect. Oh, she must be clean. She must be that. I'm like, no chance. I'm in the mindset of the opposite. If she looks good, I'm like, what she got? Who she been with? That's how I think nowadays. Especially when I see the statistics, especially when I see what's out there, especially when I know what's out there. I mean, I've not even talked about the risk of AIDS. I'm not talking about HIV. These are the things which we need to be worried about. And as someone said in the chat, big up to you, Falco Black. How's it going? People are worried about pleasure first and foremost. People aren't worried about safety. And here's the thing. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. A lot of you guys, because you've done that and because you have a lack of discipline, guess what? You fucked yourself over because you can't even wear the condom anymore because guess what? You don't feel anything and you fucked yourself. So guess what? You of all people, if this relates to you, you need to make sure that if you're active, you get yourself tested basically frequently every month. Get yourself tested and make sure your partner's tested, because at the end of the day, safe sex is the best sex. I know it sounds corny, but flipping heck, if you see the statistics that I broke down for you and seeing just how much we are overrepresented when it comes to these kind of diseases, I would be a complete fool not to let you guys know, look, I'm not saying you can't have your pleasure. I'm not saying you can't have your fun, but God damn it, worry about your goddamn health. Because here's another problem as well. Nowadays, with all these pills, a lot of the symptoms you can sort of live with. A lot of these things you can live with. You, for the most part, you don't really know. And this is how people get around it. But here's the problem. A lot of these diseases like chlamydia and things of that nature, they get passed on to your kids. This is another thing which people really don't want to home in on. There are a lot of things that we do to our bodies, which has an impact, not just on our lives, but on our future children's lives, which people don't really take into account until, unfortunately, it's too late. So all I'm trying to say is this. Concentrate on your health. Health encompasses everything. It's not just your outer body physical, it's your inner body as well. It's the things which you may not be able to see. Because again, it's not as if you can walk around and say, oh yeah, that person's got this and that, unless they got some sort of weird cough or you see him itching. It's not as if you can see that kind of stuff because of modern technology. A lot of people, some things can be got rid of, some things it can't get rid of. You just have to deal with pills and herbal treatment. But again, that's why I'm saying you have to be careful out on these streets, particularly in this dating market. In this dating market right now, because of the saturation, let's just keep it real. It's better that it's more hooverous to make sure that we're actually more safer. That's the problem. The problem I have right now is not that you guys are doing it. It's because you guys are acting like idiots with it. And you guys aren't practicing safe sex. Lack of dick discipline, lack of pussy control, and here you have it. And in the black community, unfortunately, that seems to be just a recurring theme. So this is why I say what I say. I have to give you this PSA. This has to be an announcement to all you brothers, all you sisters listening out there live or on the playback. Please, 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 please. If there's anything you can hear this one thing. Please look after yourself. Forget everyone else for a second, please look after yourself. Because at the end of the day, so many things once you catch, the only thing you can do is continually treat it. You won't be able to get rid of it. It's just a continuing treatment, which you have to get. So just practice safe sex, man. That's it, man. Not everything that looks good is good for you. Not everything that looks good is good for you. So just bear that in mind before you look at the next gal or the next man or whoever it is or whatever it is, and you think, yeah, I'm going to slide, I'm going to go unprotected. Here's the thing with some of these guys, man, you guys. I know some of you guys, you will do this. You will look at a fine woman and say, you know what, I'm going to go in there unprotected, because some of you guys want to give them a kid. But I'm like this. You guys can catch something else other than a kid. And that's what these diseases. And this is what flipping happens. And this is what I'm seeing time and time and time again. So this is what I wanted to say today. I mean, hey, how's it going? I'm not seeing you here before. My brother said he wanted to join. To be honest with you, I didn't know whether I was going to open the panel. It wasn't going to be the longest stream. It was just going to be a PSA announcement to let you know exactly what's going on. But chat, if you want me to open up the stream, if you're still here, let me know. Do you still want to come on the stream? And I'm happy to open up the panel so you can have your say, have your word in. So let me know in the chat whether you guys want me to open the panel or not. But while you guys do that, because there's a bit of a delay, I want to show you this last statistics, because again, this is what I saw as well, which really, really, again, once you look at these stats in the cold half truth, I just don't understand how is it that, you know, people, you can never be the same again. At least I'm not the same again in terms of how I operate and how I do things, even though I want to say I'm a pretty flipping safe guy already. But I'm just like this. Listen, let's take a look at this. Let me share this. Let me share the screen, because after the fact, after your partner has an STD, now what? Now, this data right here, this chart shows how the proper way it should be done. So if your partner has an STI, what they should do is, if they're with a current partner who is a new partner or whatever, they should let them know that I have this. So if you guys are, you know, having sex and you're doing all the nasty thing, they can get tested as well, so they can make sure that they don't have it or they do have it. Or again, if you've had it after you broke up with somebody and you suspect that that person gave it to you or whatever, it goes through the proper process. Now, on this chart, what you can see right now, this is for chlamydia. Now, this is the percentage of people who have been tested, who have been notified that their partner, whether it be ex or current partner, had chlamydia. How many of those people had tested positive themselves? So one more time, this is where your partner or maybe an ex-partner had chlamydia, and they've let you know that because I've had it, you may need to get tested for it. And this is, of those people, the percentage of people who've actually caught it after your partner let him know you may have it. And as you can see here, from 2015 to 2019, it's almost, well, all bar 2015, like 40%, which is almost half. So of all the people who were tested of chlamydia, who were told that you may have it after you've dealt with whoever it is, male or man or woman, almost half of them have contacted chlamydia, such as the ease that it gets transmitted. Now, let's go to gonorrhea. Now, gonorrhea, again, same way again. Now, as you can see, 2015, 2016, 17, 18, 19. In 2019, 40.7%, but it's all hovering around the 35 to 40% range. Again, we're looking at almost half of people who have been tested who actually contract, shall I say, gonorrhea. This is the dangers that's going on in the world right now, which, again, I have nothing against dating coaches at all. I have nothing against them, but it's almost like we've forgotten that how real it is out here. It's almost as if we've forgotten just how serious sex is. It's almost if now, because it's everywhere, your porn industry, everything else here, because obviously you see porn, you're not going to watch porn that has a flipping condom on, are you? You don't have safe sex. But yet porn stars statistically are probably the most safest people because of the regularity that they have to get tested. It's serious business in the porn industry. Yet you guys, I'm like, the regular person, just, it's almost as if it's like gone from society. We don't really talk about it as much. I'm like, how is in this space, particularly, we talk about dating and relationships, rotation, all this kind of other stuff. I've not heard people talk about, look, protect yourself first, because this shit is real out here. In certain areas of the country or even the world, AIDS, HIV is rampant. And this ain't got nothing to do with, you know, being homosexual, even though that is definitely a big part of it, just in general. And I'm like, us as Black people, we are seriously, for whatever reason, which you can fill in the blank for you. I've heard people in chat talk about lack of control, impulse, poor control, poor planning, free testosterone. I don't disagree with not one thing that's been said. But now you know better, nigga, do better. Because at the end of the day, it's just madness. When I looked at this, I was like, this can't be real. This can't be right. But you know what? It is right. This is what we're facing over here in the UK, man. And people keep talking about, oh, we're only 3% of the population. Yeah, still. And all 3% of us are pretty much fucked up. That's what that statistic pretty much shows me. Take it how you want to take it. This pretty much shows that we're all fucked up and how we need to make sure we flipping control our goddamn selves. Because at the end of the day, I don't know about you, man, but I don't want to be taking all these pills and all this kind of other kind of BS. I ain't ready for that kind of, I ain't ready for that life. Other than herbal medicine, all that kind of other stuff. I ain't ready for that other BS. I ain't doing that crap. So that's what I just wanted to share with you today. That's what I wanted to bring to you. All those people in chat, please like the stream. Subscribe if you are new. Now, I'm going to post a link in the chat because I know some people wanted to come up to let me know. Again, this wasn't supposed to be no longer stream. This wasn't going to be like one of them 3-hour things. But I am more than happy for you guys to chime in on this as to what do you think the reason is for this? Is it, are we that impulsive as a people that we can't control ourselves? Are we lacking education? Or is there lack of sex education that's going on right now, which is causing a lot of these things to take place? Because again, it's not like we're only ones being educated, only ones in this country. You look at the other racial groups, they don't have the amount of STDs across chlamydia, syphilis, gonorrhea that we do have. What is it? What is it? What is causing this issue? So let me know. But again, links are here in the chat. If you do want to come up, I know you did mention that you did potentially wanted to join. So let me know if you, the link's there in the chat. So by all means, come up. So let's see what we got here. Space Cowboy, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man, it's been a while since I spoke to you, man. How you doing?
Yeah,
How's
it
life?
is.
How's life?
How's things?
Yeah, it's all right, man. I've moved just outside London, man, in that Milton Keynes area.
Oh,
Got
okay.
a lot of Africans here, man. A lot of Africans here, so it's kind of nice. Family as well.
I've heard Milton Keynes are quite nice. Buckinghamshire, isn't it? So Buckinghamshire has always been, I've heard, quite nice. So yeah. But no, that's cool. That's cool.
I only caught half of your show so far 'cause I was doing some unpacking, but the topic got me heated because, man, this is what I'm talking about, man. This poor impulse control, man. It hates me. It pains me to say this, but you know, it just goes back to poor impulse control, base thinking, and living in the moment, man.
No,
Same
you're 100%
thing for,
correct.
yeah, that's it.
And
Education, criminality, STDs, it's the same story. Thinking in the now, highly emotional, hot-blooded, consequences be damned, and there you go.
I know. And the thing is as well, I didn't think, because I was looking at the data, and again, feel free to replay the stream, obviously, once you're caught up and everything is good. But when I looked at the stats, I was surprised myself because I'm like, I agree with everything you said. Poor control, impulse, no future planning, no even awareness, sometimes even in the moment or any awareness. And I'm like, boom. And all of that for really for a nut that lasts, you know what I mean? A nut, 5 minutes, that's about it. And all of that we lack just for 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, it's just mad. And but you know, when I looked at the stats, I thought we really do need some, let's be honest, smarter dick control or pussy control. But this is going to fall on deaf ears. That's the unfortunate thing I'm going to fit. I believe.
But the funny thing is, with all these single mothers, you got to say to yourself, I mean, obviously, if you end up a single mother, you ain't using adequate protection. So if your pregnancy can happen, you best believe disease can spread. And that's something that they don't want to admit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I agree. And it's funny how you mention that because again, in these kind of spaces, that's one of the like the main things that people talk about single mothers. But you said it best. The reason why that happens is either likely because they're not wearing any protection. So there's only one way how a woman can get pregnated unless she's taking the sperm out of the condom and she's injected herself. But that or the condom breaks. But that aside, let's be honest, majority of the way it happens is because lack of control. And again, it's not just a kid you can catch. You know what I mean? So,
Look, so I think,
probably.
huh?
Sorry,
Hello?
go on. Hello.
No, please continue. Go for it, man. Sorry.
I was going to say the problem is what I'm talking about is responsibility and accountability. And one of the things that we don't do well is talking about responsibility or handling our responsibility or accountability. But at the end of the day, this is your health. So I'm hoping of all people, you want to take control of your health and how you're going to feel and how you're going to live out in this world. So, but no, it's all about accountability and responsibility. We're grown adults at this stage. We're not young children. We should know what's up. I was looking at the data and the ages of people who are contracting STIs. They're not young kids. They're like 25 to 34, I think was the main group. It's particularly for men. So these aren't young kids, grown ass adults who should know what they're doing. So I have some sympathy because I think some people are vindictive not to tell their partners. But I'm telling you, man, you need to make sure both your partners are tested.
But the funny thing is, yeah, this is gonna shock people, but like up there with the black women, like I've been with a lot of South Asian women, believe it or not. Like it's been 50-50 split in my lifestyle because I work in healthcare. They've never seen a brother who could carry himself well and doesn't come across as thirsty and is about business and still keeps himself in shape, right? And the one thing I've noticed is, these South Asian cultures, man, they've got a lot of shame in there. And the funny thing about shame is it prevents boredom. And I think that, and shame is usually instilled by the male members of the community, brother, father, so on and so forth. And let's be honest, a lot of our cultures don't have any fathers in the home. And I feel that lack of discipline and shame is why we see what we see in our community because there's no dad to instill shame. And that leads to consequences. If you don't feel shame, you're not going to feel consequences as much. You're going to act ill-disciplined, which is what we're seeing. It's sad, but that is one of the major side effects on women when they don't have a strong dad in their life. They're more likely to do crazy stuff like this.
No facts. Because I know I grew up a lot of like South Asian, particularly like Pakistanis, and
Oh man.
it's funny because even though Pakistanis are more black acting, um, you're right. They have a lot of shame. I'm a member in school, and again, I'm about 16, and they'll be quick to tell their women for doing nothing really. You're a whore. You're a hoe. You're this. I'm like,
Exactly.
yo, bro, easy, easy. They won't. They have no fear of just telling them that. So you're right. There's no shame and that's what society's removed with everything. Like body shaming, everything's a shame. You can't say this, you can't say that, and we've removed shame from the community because again, it's either no lack of male role models, or if there are a male role model, it's the weak, and then we can't use or exercise judgment, which we should be doing as men. We should be holding people accountable, responsible,
I
discipline.
agree. Yeah.
And yeah, once you remove that shame, everything's on the table. Everything, because you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them anything because you're shaming me. You're shaming me. Oh, how dare you? How dare you? This is my body, my choice. I'm like, cool, but these are the consequences. And I think this is the problem. These are the consequences, which again, people just don't want to really own up to. And listen, it's your life, is your life. But this is the consequences of what happens with your life once you make these dumbass decisions. Because there are dumbass decisions a lot of times, but um, yeah, shame is a huge part of society, which for the longest has kept people in check.
All I'm saying is, I don't know, man. Sometimes, brothers with some sense, sometimes, man, how I feel about the future here. If you get yourself if you get yourself a Chinese chip lady or an Indian, you need to worry about all this disease business, man, because like I'm not, listen, I'm more for the marriage, but like if you just want to, I don't know, and it's just another, you know how I feel about the future here, man. It's just
Yeah, so
this
yeah,
doesn't help me. This doesn't help with the situation, man, because you out here fooling around, you get HIV.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
no joke. I mean,
No
you
joke.
get social stigma, and then you add HIV in there. You tell me how you feel.
No, you 100% you 100% right, 100% right. And it's like people only get the wake up call once they get these things, and it's just no joke, man. No joke.
And
Um,
everyone will think you're gay. No, nothing, anything wrong with it, but they think that you're gay. They think that, you don't touch you when you go into a hospital. I don't care what anyone tells you. You do get treated differently. It says
really,
HIV on the computer system. It says you got
really.
HIV on the computer system. People start double gloving. They say, "Oh, be careful. This person has HIV. Just be careful." Some people wear goggles and stuff to come and talk to you if you got HIV. Like this is no joke. You know what I mean? This is in healthcare. You do get treated differently.
Oh wow! The thing is, I had no idea because again, obviously, because I'm not in that world, I always thought the stigma had definitely been removed because of
Nah,
how.
man. Nah, stigma's there, man. Trust me. You know what I mean? So if you say HIV, people start getting a bit scared. They're like, oh, let me just put double gloves in. Or I'm not going to do this procedure because it might expose me to increased risk. Happens, man. I'm keeping it real.
Wow, wow. And one thing I was going to ask you as well, because I've been doing some research on this. Now, I've heard that black people are more at risk of HIV. So I don't know if you saw the racial makeup of people who have HIV, whether you've made a point to look, what type of people are the ones who get treated for HIV?
So, from my personal experience and working in a hospital, the wards, in terms of the only women I've treated with HIV have been African women, man. That's the sad reality, you know.
Yep.
And in terms of the men, I'll be honest, like 95% of the homosexual, and the ones who aren't homosexual are African men.
And this is what I found because people. There's another thing as well. I've been researching. People have been saying that like, oh, anyone can catch HIV, but which is probably true. But the people who I see the most who catch it are, as you said, homosexuals or Africans. Now, or based black people. So I'm like, if this is a wake up call, like, yo, you're playing Russian roulette with your life by playing these stupid, silly games. Play silly games, win silly prizes. But it's so I love the fact that you come up here and you're from the healthcare sector because flipping egg. Some of the things which I look at, I'm like, that can't be real. Now, obviously, it's just your personal experience, but man, that's pretty much good enough for me to just hopefully the chat knows. Look, it's serious out here. It's real.
And
Um,
it's no joke. These tablets, you got to take every day, multiple
yeah,
tablets. They have serious side effects like diarrhea. They interact with other tablets in case you have other conditions. They could mess that up and make your life difficult. You may not be able to drink alcohol with them. These tablets are no joke. And I'm saying right now, most of these women, if you and in this day and age of Me Too and money and pregnancies, just try and at least get tested. At least be stable enough not to do one night stands. And if you really want to go bareback, at least try to, vet her a little bit and get her tested. Like if you're gonna go down that route and just you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? If you're
it's
gonna
true.
go bareback, you have to know the person. And if you don't know
Absolutely.
the person, you can't go bareback.
And do you know what kills me? I was gonna say this. I'm gonna bring this up. I don't want to get too graphic, but yo, people be freaks out here in 2021. The 2021 tactics right here is, I believe, is causing a lot of these issues because they're. I don't know if you believe this, but our bodies are made to have sex one way. Now the other way, going bareback, you are increasing your risk of catching disease. I want to say by 10 times much by going that way. And a lot of people, again, will hit it from behind. I get all that. I get all that. Flipping heck. There are a lot of things which I'm seeing, and I'm going to expose myself here a little bit when I see a lot of flipping out. Fuck it. I'm going to say it, on like porn. I see a lot
Yep,
of
I
black
know
guys
from
are into not women now, they're into TSs. You know what I mean when I say TSs?
no. I'm glad I don't.
Basically, say again.
I'm glad I don't. What is it? What is a
Trans,
TS?
transsexuals.
You
A
got to
lot
be
of
kidding
brothers.
me. It's that bad?
I swear to God. I swear to God. There's no data on this, but I swear to God. A lot of brothers on the low like transsexuals, man. They
Yeah,
do. They do. What I'm trying to say is, yeah,
you're beyond
Transformers.
salvation, man.
I'm telling you, these 2021 niggas out here are no joke. But the problem is, this is what we're seeing. So not only are these men liking Transformers, but I'm serious. I'm gonna expose myself here. I got caught out watching something. Oh my days. I didn't realize what it was. But a lot of guys like Transformers. I'm telling you, there's even like celebrities who have gone on record saying they like Transformers better than real women. I'm like, no. So I'm telling you, man,
Billy Porter, that guy, some African American guy, Billy Porter.
He's got HIV.
He's got HIV.
Yes, he does.
I mean, what else do you need to know about what's going on here? Like, I mean, I don't know what's wrong. All I'm saying is, brothers, please, it's not worth it. And most of these guys, I'll be honest with you, man. People say social class don't matter when it comes down to looks. It surely does. Like, let's be real. If you've got money, you tend to look better. For the most part, you do. I don't know if it's because you look better, you got better genes, so therefore you earn more money, or you look better because you earn more money. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, most of these girls, this is happening in the hood. It's happening in low projects, Section 8. This is where most of this a petri dish of disease and single mothers. These aren't going to be high quality women. Let's be real.
I know, but you know what kills me though? I will say this though, because a lot of these people are celebrities. So I think if you have access, I think it's more to do with the access that you have. And the more access you have, the more freaky your inner side is going to come out because you have access to certain things. I don't necessarily think it's down to just social class like that. I think it's down to just the makeup, because a lot of, again, like you said, Billy Porter, he's obviously clearly rich. Now, obviously, class is different than having money. I get that. Trust me. I don't know. It could be just a mentality. I think it's a mentality thing, but I'm telling you, I was even looking at celebrities who have STIs and stuff. I'm like, they're definitely not from a lower socioeconomic background, at least historically wise. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like this. I ain't playing no games. I don't care where you're from. If you're from ends, if you ain't from ends, from the suburbs, I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? I ain't playing games. But I get what you're saying. But I've just read and seen too much where I'm like, in my personal life with people, I'm like, no chance. And I'm like this. I'm even gonna say this. There's some guys I know I ain't fucking behind. I know it. This is another thing about, we talk about body count. A lot of times for me, it's not necessarily about body count because of your age. It just is what it is. But who you slept with, because who you slept with counts a lot more for me than sometimes the body count. Because I know if you slept with this one nasty, I'm like, no chance. You see what I mean? So I just ain't playing no games out here in these streets, because it's just madness. And I'm just like, bro, 2021, if it hasn't shown you anything what you've seen over the last few years or whatever, I don't know where you've been living under a rock or whatnot, but I flip the neck. It just makes me think, I'll just stay celibate for a while. It's serious.
I mean, in this society, like, this, what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm not blue pill or anything, but sometimes you got to say maybe a relationship or nothing at all is probably the best way to go, because when you think about the issues with rape accusations and diseases out here and all these type of things, sometimes you say either relationship or just stay celibate.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion on it, man. But what I could say is it's been a pleasure, and as usual, man, I hope you find a nice female out here, disease free, with an IQ above 110, like you have. I'm a bit serious, man.
My IQ is above 110.
I don't know. I think it is. You probably have a decent job, better than decent job. You seem logical, well read, well researched. These are things that are above average, man. Have you? You know what I mean?
I appreciate the compliment. Honestly, I do. I appreciate the compliment. So no. And again, you seem, obviously you're definitely more pessimistic, but you definitely are, again, in healthcare. So you know what I mean? It's refreshing to hear a brother like yourself. So you know what I mean? You're not the only one out here. That's what it seems to me.
But the sad thing is, I'll be honest, man. Honestly, in day-to-day work, man, you aim foreign. That's what I'm saying. If you get a woman who was born outside the UK and you see her at work and she looks decent, these women are, in my opinion, they're better breed than the ones born here. Doesn't matter if she's British, Indian, British, Arab. Is better to get them, African, better to get them from outside than within. If you meet them here, I think that's the best way to go about it, man, in my opinion, because I think they're better, to be honest.
Thing is, I'm still on that black love, that's the thing. I don't know, you sound like you maybe different in that sort of sense. You don't discriminate. I get that, but nah, man, I'm on that black love thing. So
yeah,
I get
you. I hear what you're saying. But if you get one born outside, you're being born in the Caribbean or born in Africa, man, it might be better because they're more functional, man.
Yeah, but even I see some African nations, I'm like, they have high rates, but I get what you're saying, at least from a cultural perspective. I get what you're saying. still seem more agreeable, cooperative. So no, I get you. But no, yeah. Let's hope I can get that proverbial unicorn. So I'm still looking for it. So looking for her, shall I say? So no, yeah. But it's just sobering, man. It's just sobering.
Yeah, man. All right, mate. Stay strapped.
All right, you too, man. Thanks for coming up, man. Cheers.
Peace.
But yeah, thanks for that, Space Cowboy. It's been a pleasure talking to yourself. And yeah, Vincent. This is what I mean. And the thing is, I didn't realize it was that prevalent until I was like, oh my days. And I got caught. I was watching something and I got caught. And I was like, oh, it messed me up. So he is disgusting. How? And the thing is, here's the thing. A lot of straight men don't believe they're not straight by doing this kind of stuff. This is what I don't understand. What I don't understand is how you have guys look at you straight in the face and tell you they straight shooters. And I'm like, dude, you're not a straight shooter. And in this stage of binary as a gender, what's it called, a gender classification, all this kind of other kind of crap that's going on right now. Listen, and here's a problem. I used to think it was only in Thailand you'll have this problem about, oh, is that a lady boy? No. You're gonna have to be careful about these lady boys up in here, because again, they're everywhere. And there's some women, I think I was watching like a pageant, and I was like, oh my flipping days, you could not tell. Because it's just, again, all the surgery, everything that's been going on. And let's be honest, all the surgery is making a lot of women, actual women, look deformed. So you just like, it's not like it's out of the ordinary when you see a transformer looking the way they do, because flipping heck, look at the women, look at how they're looking. So I'm like, brothers, you've got to flipping watch your ass. Watch your ass, and get yourself protected, because you're 100% correct. Yeah, myth. Autobots, there's more than meets the eye. Literally, there's more than meets the eye. Now, again, I'm not saying you can't have your fun. I'm not saying that at all, guys and ladies and gentlemen, not to have your fun. But fucking hell, if you are, stay safe, because you're playing Russian roulette with your life. Again, you heard in regards to some of the stigmas when you're getting HIV. That's real, man. The stigma's still there. They treat you with double gloves. It ain't no joke, because it isn't no joke. Some of these things, you can take medicine, but you have to continually take these medicines to make sure that you can, function. And unfortunately, this is the unfortunate thing, where you're going to have people who are innocent and they're going to get caught in the crossfire, because a lot of times it's been done with malicious intent. I've obviously got no stats to prove it, but sometimes you see situations, or a lot of times you hear a situation where unfortunately they got by somebody who didn't let them know until it was too late. And then they hold that same inner hurt, and then they get somebody else, because again, you're just not thinking in the moment, because in the moment, you're not thinking about these things. But hell, you best think about these things, because it's real out here. It is flipping real. And I ain't been got yet, and I ain't planning to get got. But yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But I'm telling you, man, these surgeries, man, these surgeries. You know what I mean? These surgeries nowadays, man. Some of them you can tell because they're clear transformers. Some of them you won't be able to tell. That's what I'm saying, man. You gotta check the Adam's apple. You gotta check everything. You ain't taking no chances out here in these days. No chances. And this is why I feel sorry for, I'll be honest with you, the younger generation. You youngers out here. I mean, Vincent, you're in the chat. You're younger than me. I feel sorry for some of you guys, because you guys are going through it all. Because let's be honest, you can't say anything nowadays without saying you've been shamed. Oh, this is that, this is this, this is that. So I'm like this, yo, I feel completely sorry. But even me, I'm out here technically in the streets. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. So I don't know what listen, I don't know what to tell you. I know what to tell you. You need to make sure that you guys keep yourself protected. Ladies and gentlemen, it's real out here. Please protect yourself. The data's in. Okay, we are at risk from crazy. Okay, so all I'm going to say is, I've put the link back in the chat again. If anyone wants to, feel free to come up. I didn't want this to be too much of a long stream. I wanted it to be like a PSA announcement, because I'm in the red pill space. They talk about all these things about getting women, all this kind of other stuff, but they aren't telling you the real about what happens during these situations or what can happen. I find it interesting, and this is just me. Let me know in the chat whether you find this interesting. I find this interesting that some of these dating coaches will brag about how many lay counts they've had. Some of them say over 1,000. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. You've had over 1,000 women and you've not caught anything. Do you believe that? Do you believe that some of these guys don't have anything after having 1,000 women? And some of these guys go to all over the globe. I'm like, in certain places, I know it's a hotbed of transformers and a hotbed of catching all these diseases. Yeah, I'm just like this. You telling me you haven't caught anything? I don't believe you for a second. And these people aren't telling you the real, because again, I've not heard, correct me if I'm wrong, I do not hear this being spoken about by any of these red pillars. I don't. And I'm just like, this is serious business. They talk about everything and anything except for sometimes the most important flipping things, which is your sexual goddamn health. I mean, we talk about libido, we talk about testosterone being alpha, we talk about all this kind of other BS. I'm like, yo, listen. You can be alpha all you want, but you can still get stung. And people are getting stung. It's flipping crazy. And people aren't telling you this, but I'm going to tell you here because I'm your boy. I've got your back. I'm on your side. So I got to tell you what it is and how it is. And at the moment, a lot of our people are getting stung. So once you know better, ladies and gentlemen, you got to do better. Yeah. Skills, man. No, I'm telling you, they have. I'm telling you, I've heard some things. Because you know what happens when people get into an argument, you know, these coaches, the red pill space, to get into arguments and they start doxing each other. I know they have, particularly when they go down to like Brazil, because Brazil, again, this is another hotbed of places where you get these transformers, because in Brazil, again, the women there, oh, they look so good. It's a hotbed of transformers. And I've heard and seen, I've heard these things, again, once they get in arguments and they're doxing each other. That's what happens, because they're just doing some fucked up shit, but they're not letting you know this kind of shit. So these people have all these things, catch these things, and not letting you know the real. They just coming out with any and everything and infecting it to the masses. This is the problem I have. You have innocent women and innocent men out here who, unfortunately, because they may be a little bit naive, because they just were trusting, they get got. And because they get got, that means that that's what happens. They become a little bit more malicious. It's got to hurt. It's going to hurt. They get hurt, it can end badly, and then guess what happens? The cycle continues. You saw the stats for chlamydia and gonorrhea in 2019. For all those people who were suspected of having it because their partner told them they had either chlamydia or gonorrhea, 40% of them actually were diagnosed with it. So of all the ones who were tested, 40% of them actually caught or contracted chlamydia or the STI from their partner after they was told they had it themselves. That's almost 1 out of 2. If this ain't real, people, I don't know what to even tell you. So I'm just like this. Look, not everything that looks good is good for you. Take a sec. Take a breather. At the end of the day, it's better to be safe than sorry. Just because a pussy is available to you, don't mean you have to take it right there and then. Cool yourself down. Chill out. Think with your right head and go again. At the end of the day, it's just a piece of pussy. You can put that leave that on the table. It's not going. Listen, don't worry about that. Worry about your goddamn health. And that's the problem. People, scarcity mindset now. People are worried about this. Oh, well, I have to do it. Oh, you know, you gay. And it's another thing that guys will come back and say, oh, you gay. Oh, you this. Oh, you that. Man, I don't give a shit what these guys telling me, man. Look, I'm making sure that I'm keeping myself clean and safe out here. If you want to call me gay for that kind of stuff, I don't give a shit. That's why, this is the reason why sometimes the dating phase is actually underrated. This probably needs to be a stream somewhere where the dating phase is underrated, because people nowadays will have this viewpoint where it's like, oh, if she ain't fucking, I ain't doing anything. I'm like, look. At the end of the day, again, it's too dangerous out here to be thinking like this. The dating phase is supposed to be about getting to know each other and sort of feeling each other out. Now, again, there's certain things you may not know in the dating phase, but at the end of the day, there's a reason for it. The reason is so you can actually suss out the other person. You know, coughs, itches, smells. The idea is to suss the other person out, because at the end of the day, you can make one mistake, just that one mistake, and your life is changed forever. You heard what happens when you have HIV and AIDS. You heard what happened, what the Space Cowboy said. Look, it only takes one mistake, and it affects mostly, let's be honest, homosexuals, yep, but also African men. I'm going to hopefully imply black men as well. So Caribbeans will be in this as well. So it only has to be one mistake, one time, and your ass is out in the cold. That's it, man. And you'll be benched. Well, I say you're benched. Some of you vindictive motherfuckers, you still be out in the streets playing the same games, trying to infect someone else. It's just disgusting. Anyway, I'm just going to wrap up by saying this, people, because again, I didn't want this stream to last too long. I want this to be a PSA announcement. Look, take your time, man. Take your time out here. At the end of the day, you can spend a lifetime on a lot of things and mess it all up in a second, in a couple of seconds. All I'm saying is, look, you've seen the stats. If you've not seen the stats before, replay the stream. You've seen exactly what happens. These are all taken from the ONS statistical database. So it's all legit. It's not my statistics that I've made up. It's all, I've just put it in graphical form just because it makes it easier to read. But we as people, we as black folk, man, in this country, we are clearly at more risk of contracting these diseases, man. And we need to make sure that we just pattern up, man. Just pattern up. Because in 2021, man, we need to make sure we talk about health, wealth, happiness, power, all this kind of other stuff. Well, here's power for you, man. Here's power for you. So that's all I have for today. That's all I wanted to share with you this Friday evening. I hope you guys all have a great Friday. Thank you, everyone, for joining and stopping by. Thank you, Space Cowboy, for coming up and sharing your insight. Appreciate everyone in the chats. So if I not say hello to you, hello, Myth Twist. Thank you for stopping by. You not come up at all. I left a link in the chat, but that's fine. Another time, maybe. Falcon Black, Vincent, Skittles Man Reloaded, and hopefully I've not missed anyone to Space Cowboy. I think there's another Brenda. How's it going? I've not seen you in chat before. But yeah, hope everyone has a great night and just marinate on this. It's a sobering stream, I understand that, but just marinate on this because this is serious now. This is serious business. And a lot of people talk about a lot of things, but ain't talking about nothing. Ain't talking about nothing. So I hope this stream has really, really sobered you up and really just, put the real out here because this is real in the streets. I'll be back again on Sunday with another live stream. We've got a special live stream with a very, very, very special guest. So I hope you guys are here on Sunday around 8 p.m. GMT time, in which we're going to have another wonderful stream. And we'll hopefully open up the panel. So again, thanks for stopping by. Until next time, I'm out.